Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Swalife Podcast Series. In drug discovery, some tools become so familiar that we stop questioning their role. Molecular docking is one of them. For decades, docking has been synonymous with structure based drug discovery, predicting how molecules bind, ranking compounds, and guiding medicinal chemistry. But today, the discovery landscape is changing. We are no longer operating in a world where the biggest challenge is finding binders. Instead, the real challenge is deciding which binders are worth pursuing biologically, translationally, and commercially. This is where artificial intelligence enters the picture. So, in today's episode, we will explore what is really changing in the relationship between artificial intelligence and docking, what docking still does well, and what it struggles with, and also how artificial intelligence is shaping, or rather reshaping, discovery workflows upstream and downstream. I am joined by Dr. Pravin Badhe, who works at the intersection of artificial intelligence, computational biology, and translational drug discovery. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Shruti. So this is an important podcast topic here because when we look at docking, we think that the docking has not failed, but the discovery that has actually have changed now and it has gone outgrown. So what docking alone can offer now need to be reconsidered because with the AI it is going to be very much useful.
Yes. So let's begin with the basics. What exactly is molecular docking, and why did it become such a central tool in drug discovery?
Okay, so at this, at the core of the molecular docking is a computational method which is used to predict how a small molecule interact with the protein binding site. So its a real historical value was not just prediction, but it was a concept actual. So docking actually gave the scientist a way to translate structural biology into actionable hypotheses. That is how might a ligand orient itself, which residue matters, which interactions are stable. So before docking, discovery was largely empirical. So docking introduced rational structure-based reasoning.
So docking did not just save time; it also changed how scientists thought.
Exactly. So docking shaped how the generation of scientists conceptualize the binding, optimization, and selectivity. So it became the default computational lens through which the discovery problem was viewed. But that legacy also created assumptions that are now being challenged.
But docking is still very widely used. Where does it begin to fall short in today's discovery environment?
Uh, Docking struggles not because it's wrong, but because it simplifies the reality. So proteins are dynamic when we look at the protein, but docking is often treated them as statics. So scoring functions appropriate the thermodynamics, but biology is actually reduced to the geometry. So as a result, docking is good at describing interactions, but poor at predicting the outcomes.
So is that why we see so many docking hits fail experimentally?
Yes, exactly. Docking answers can this bind, but discovery need to answer, will it bind consistently? Will it translate in cells? Will it survive optimization? Will it fail for a reason unrelated to binding? And docking was never designed to answer those questions.
Okay, so let's talk about artificial intelligence. How does artificial intelligence change the way we think about virtual screening, and not just as a fast filter, but conceptually?
So AI fundamentally reframe the virtual screening from a rule-based evolution to a learning problem. Like instead of encoding assumptions about binding, AI learn the patterns from historical screening data, then experimental successes, and also from the failure, then chemical series evolution and biological outcomes. So this means that AI does not just evaluate the molecule, actually evaluates the likelihood of the success.
Does that mean that AI is not competing with docking, but it's actually changing the question that is being asked?
Yes, precisely. Docking asks, does this interaction look favorable? Where AI asks, have molecules like this historically worked, and why not? So that's much more discovery relevant question.
There is often a fear that AI will replace docking. Is that actually what is happening?
No, I don't think that is going to happen. And basically, that fear comes from misunderstanding how the discovery works. So AI does not eliminate the docking. It moves docking to the right place in the pipeline. So AI operates upstream, which actually narrowing chemical space, prioritizing the hypothesis, and it is helping in reducing the noise. Where docking actually is the downstream operation where validating binding modes, supporting structural base optimization, and providing mechanism inside of the lead and the target.
So docking becomes more precise rather than more frequent.
Yes, exactly. It actually becomes more precise because docking becomes something you apply when it matters and not something you run on everything.
Protein flexibility and false positives have been persistent challenges. How does artificial intelligence address these better than just docking?
So docking is constrained by physical approximations, where AI is constrained by data. So that difference matter. So AI learn from real world outcome, including the failures. It can implicitly capture effect of flexibility, solvation, and context without explicitly modeling them.
Is that why artificial intelligence models often outperform docking in hit to lead prediction?
Yes, because AI optimize for translation, not interaction elegance, because it learns from which patterns actually don't work. So sometimes docking never learns that. So that's the reason actually AI is outperforming docking in lead to target prediction.
Okay. So, from a disease first perspective, how does AI change what happens before docking even actually begins?
Yeah, because this is actually just mentioned earlier. It's very important shift here because AI allows scientists to reason from disease biology, pathways, target, and chemistry, and then docking is used to sit at the beginning. Now it is sitting after the biological relevance is established. So that's the difference now happening in docking.
Does this reduce wasted discovery effort?
Dramatically, actually, many failures were happening not because the molecule don't bind, but because the target were never the right intervention points. So AI is helping to prevent that upstream.
What kinds of scientific question can we ask today that docking alone never allowed?
We can ask probabilistic pipeline wide questions. So if you take an example, which chemical series is most likely to survive the optimization? That's something we need to understand. And which binding mode align with the safety? Uh, third example can be like which compound carry hidden translational risk. So docking describe how something binds. AI reasons about what happened next.
How does AI generate insights beyond binding, like developability or toxicity?
AI actually integrate with multi-dimensional simultaneously. So like for example, binding, solubility, permeability, also off-target effect, toxicity, all become part of a single decision framework. So this breaks the traditional siloed discovery model.
Does this reduce late stage attrition?
Yeah, that's the actual goal. That AI actually shift the risk identification earlier when it is cheaper and more actionable.
So let's talk about career here. How is this shift from docking centric discovery to AI driven discovery changing what it really means to build a career in this field?
Okay, regarding the career, the bigger challenge is that careers are no longer built around proving a single method. They are built around proving a slice of the decision life cycle. So, in a docking centric era, value was created by running analysis and handling result forwarding. While in AI driven era, value is created by staying with the decision longer from early hypothesis through prioritizing and also to downstream sequence consequences. As AI accelerates the executions, organizations are realizing that the real bottleneck is not the computational, but it is the alignment between biology and chemistry, between early discovery and late failure models, between scientific insight and the business reality. This is reshaping what actually the career progression look like. So seniority is less about technical depth alone and more about decision stewardship. So being trusted to guide high impact choices where evidence is partial and uncertainty is high.
So, what kinds of new opportunities or roles are emerging because of this shift?
Yeah, we actually are seeing opportunities which are merging around continuity and coherence rather than just the specialization. So, one example is the rise of scientists who focus on discovery continuity, people responsible for tracking hypotheses as they evolve, ensuring that the early assumptions don't silently break as program move forward. So their value lies in remembering why decisions were made and not just what was decided. So that is one area. Then another emerging opportunity is early risk intelligence. So these scientists don't predict success; they surface failure modes early, asking what could go wrong biologically, chemically, or translationally, even when the model looked very promising and optimistic. This role exists because AI can amplify both inside and the blind spot. We also see demand for scientific narrative architect, individuals who can actually translate the complex AI assisted reasoning into coherent, defensible stories for internal teams, partners, and the regulators. As AI output multiply the ability to explain and justify decisions, it become critical skill to have. So what common across these opportunities is that they sit between the stages and not within them. So when we look at the opportunities and the area, different area which are emerging, the future of the careers in drug discovery won't be defined by how advanced the tool become, but by how or by who is trusted to guide decision when the tool is actually disagreeing. So as AI reshape discovery, the most valuable professional will be those who bring continuity, clarity, and accountability across the pipeline. So that's not tool ownership is where the next generation of discovery career will be built.
Okay, so today's discussion highlights a key truth. This is not AI versus docking, it's AI redefining how docking fits into discovery. The future of drug discovery won't be driven by a single algorithm, but by how intelligently we connect biology, chemistry, data, and decision making. Thank you, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you, Shruti. That's the important line that connecting biology, chemistry, data, and decision making. So docking still matter, but intelligence now surround it.
Yes, absolutely. So, to everyone who is listening, the breakthroughs of tomorrow won't come from faster screening, but from better reasoning done earlier. Thank you for listening to the Swalife Podcast Series.
Thank you.